I crawled out from under the table to make myself known before they had to look for me. Hiding from them would just set them off. The triplets stared at me, their eyes wide. They looked at each other. I remembered my makeover. I did not think they would notice or even care. Alex licked his lips, trailing his eyes from my head to my toes. I took a step back. Felix looked flabbergasted and Calix smirked at me.
"Leave it to us, Rhonda,"
said Felix, recovering his usual haughty sneer.
"We'll punish her."
Rhonda smiled maliciously at me. She was the most immature adult I had ever met, including the triplets, and that was saying something. The triplets had me backed against the kitchen island. "I'm sorry," I said. "I had to do some extra math for Mr. Johnson." It wasn't a complete lie. The triplets knew Mr. Johnson because they were his football stars back when they went to high school. They also knew I had won math competitions before. They had really enjoyed making fun of me then.
"Okay.
Said Felix simply. He took a step towards me.
What's all of this?"
He gestured to my outfit, makeup, and hair. "My 18th birthday is tomorrow, too? I'm just trying out how I want to look," I said, looking down.
"Do you have a boyfriend? Is that it?"
Asked Alex, anger rising in his voice. Why did he even care? "I'm too to get a boyfriend, remember?" I said, repeating one of their classic insults.
"Don't play games with us,"
said Felix softly.
"Is all of this for your mate? Have you figured out who he is?"
"No," I said. They were acting so strange, like I had done something underhanded.
"You only know for sure tomorrow. Your inner wolf will tell you who your mate is,"
said Calix. "I don't want a mate," I said honestly. I had never had a guy be nice to me and I could not picture it happening.
"Why the hell not?"
Alex asked, like I was crazy for saying that. The triplets were eager to find their real mate. They talked about it every birthday. They would visit other packs hoping to get a whiff of their mate. They thought maybe their mate was younger than them. That would explain why they could not pick up her scent. Only mates who had come of age could be discovered. "Because he'd be mean to me and call me names, and I get enough of that from you," I snapped. I should not have snapped. I was a little frightened now. The triplets had not hit me since we were little. The last fight happened when I was 11 and they were 14. I had punched Calix, breaking his nose for calling me fat and nasty with dead parents. My parents' whereabouts had never been confirmed, and I always liked to think they were alive. After he had let out a blood-curdling scream and told his elder brothers about his nose, Alex slapped me, and then Felix slapped me. Calix had been reluctant, but they made him hit me. They dragged me out to the frozen river behind the pack house. There was a hole in it for fishing. I was small enough to dip in the hole. They had held me under the water until I blacked out. Their parents had been furious. I went to the hospital for hypothermia. I never knew what their punishment had been, but after that, we never got physical with each other. Nothing more than a shove.
"Are you stupid?"
Asked Alex. I shrugged.
No werewolf would insult his own mate, or be mean to her,"
said Felix, rolling his eyes.
"Don't you know anything?"
Added Calix. "Okay, thanks. I get it now," I said simply.
"You dressed up for us, didn't you?"
said Felix, smirking and rubbing his chin. The other two grinned. My heart leapt a little at the sight of their dimples. I shook my head. What was wrong with me? The triplets were monsters, and good looks did not absolve them of that.
"Don't make her admit it. She's embarrassed, Felix."
"Admit it. You did this for us,"
Felix exclaimed, grinning wickedly. He kept coming closer, and my back was pressed against the kitchen island now. Alex was quiet, smiling faintly and watching me closely. I just wanted them to go away. I was so frustrated with my whole life. There would not be a single present for me tomorrow. No one had counseled me about my shift at midnight, and I was scared. I knew it would be painful, and I did not need this from these three privileged assholes who did not deserve the title of alpha. They were physically alphas, but they had no integrity. They could not lead this pack. What a joke. I decided to play along. Yeah, okay, I said softly, looking down to feign embarrassment and hugging myself tightly. I dressed up for you. I asked 2 girls at school to help me. I really did have a math thing, but I went to get dolled up after, so that made me late as well. I'm sorry. I hid my face in my hands, stifling my laughter. They seemed to think I was crying.
Hey, you know, we aren't the stupid little boys we used to be when we would fight with you.
Said Alex gently.
We're taking over the pack tomorrow, and as you're part of this pack, we just want to know what's going on with you, that's all.
Huh?
Don't cry, stupid.
Said Felix exasperatedly.
Don't insult her when you're trying to cheer her up, stupid.
Said Calix, turning on Felix.
Chastity.
Said Calix, using my real name for the first time in 9 years. I dropped my hands. I was shocked. I just stared at him.
You look pretty, okay?
Said Calix, winking. My heart skipped a beat. He was bending down. His face was really close to me.
Thanks for dressing up for us. I hope you wear an even shorter skirt tomorrow.
He said, softly smirking. I rolled my eyes. Alex and Felix burst into laughter. I tried to brush past them, but Felix grabbed my arms and put me back against the island again. My breath hitched in my throat.
Did I say you could leave?
He asked, his nose brushing against my nose as he bent down towards me. I squirmed in his arms.
You need to have respect for your alphas, Charity.
Alex said, using my awful nickname. The spell that Calix had cast on me was broken. Damn it, I screamed. Let me go. 3 alpha males against 1 omega female is insane.